All right, Victor Osimhen to Arsenal update, transfer update is really important to note to all Arsenal fans all over the world, because most of you have been asking, Rokani, what about Victor Osimhen? And I said, all right, I've gone ahead to land on this story, and I'm supposed to obviously give it to you, and you guys should be really enjoying it to the fullest. Welcome to the channel, the Football News Show. It is. This is the 5th of January 2024 in my country, and hope you guys are really doing fine wherever you are. Rokani Djed is my name, and hope you guys are really doing fine. Here we come to talk about Wataru Endo being named the player of the month for Liverpool. What does that mean? Yet is leaving. And then Djed and Spence, if at all you know, that right back that was playing at Nottingham on loan from Middlesbrough, sold to Tottenham Hotspur for £25 million, loan to Nice, and that loan never went on well. Then he came back at Tottenham Hotspur, loan to Leeds. He has been really given back. He has returned to the side of Leeds. So to the side of Tottenham Hotspur to obviously do the needful. Welcome to this channel once again. Rokani David is my name, and let's go on and really do the needful. Now, let's start it off with none other than, this is Simon Collins, Arsenal correspondent for the Evening Standard, confirming to us that Arsenal have been scouting strikers as well as wingers. They may have to wait until the summer transfer window. However, Victor Osimhen has been heavily scouted but not expected to leave until the summer. Neto also a long-term target. That is it. So, when you look at this story, it is really hitting onto fronts. The first front is all about Victor Osimhen, a player that very many Arsenal fans believe that if at all he's ushered into that squad, Arsenal will start scoring very many goals. Something I don't really oppose, but I've gone ahead to raise the question that, all right, you're going to get in Victor Osimhen, but will he create his own chances to score? The answer is no, meaning that Arsenal will need to elevate their levels of obviously scoring in these goals. But we've been told that he's not gonna come in through at the side of Arsenal in the January transfer window. That is it. So Arsenal fans, don't expect this transfer to happen of Victor Osimhen. Why isn't it happening? First and foremost, he's gonna be playing the African Cup of Nations, and it makes no sense to sign a player in January that's not going to be available. You get why? If you're Arsenal, you would like to get in a player who you're going to be having with some training time in Dubai for those 2 weeks that the league is going to be off for. And Victor Osimhen is going to be playing with Nigeria. And trust me, Nigeria has really a very huge chance to win the African Cup of Nations. We all know that. So they might see themselves play a final or play semi-final, meaning that will be out until 11th February. So that means he'll return like around 13th, 14th. And he'll have to integrate in the squad, meaning that he'll have to take close to 1 month to integrate in the team of Arsenal. And remember, he's a centre forward. A centre forward is really tricky because all the 3 other players that play around him, Saka, Odegaard, and Gabriel Martinelli, will need to know his runs, and that will take like a month. If at all, it really makes chemistry quickly. But if at all the chemistry really lags on, then it's going to be hard to see to it that things go on as planned, and it might take the entire season. So that's why Arsenal cannot really go in for this player. And secondly, the main biggest reason as to why Arsenal cannot go for Victor Osimhen is simple. That Arsenal have gone ahead to really hear news coming in from the Napoli president that a new contract has been given to Victor Osimhen, and there is a buyout clause of £105 million, some cost that Arsenal cannot afford in the January transfer window, and yet that buyout clause should be triggered in the summer, meaning that Napoli have gone ahead to lock out every team that wants to pursue the services of Victor Osimhen in the January transfer window. All they can do is to go out for him in the summer, and for the summer, you know how hard it is to get in players like this, because teams like Manchester United will be charged to get in a centre forward, Chelsea maybe, Liverpool. There is a breakout between Erling Haaland and Pep Guardiola, so you never know. Real Madrid is also looking for centre forward, and very many other teams. So there are going to be a lot of teams going in for Victor Osimhen. So those are the biggest factor is the buyout clause. But Arsenal are scouting him, and they know in the summer they might go all out for him. So all I understand is if Arsenal go in for Ivan Toney in this January transfer window, that will put a very huge block onto the coming in of Victor Osimhen. That is it. And I don't know what exactly is running the head of Mikel Arteta. Will he go in for Dominic Solanke? Will he go in for Oli Watkins? Will he go in for Ivan Toney, or will he go in for Victor Osimhen? But all in all, for me, I would go in for Victor Osimhen. Why? His experience is going to hate to gather in different leagues, and he was not going to hate to flop. In France, he was on fire. I think, was he playing for Lille or Lyon, one of those two teams? He was on fire. That's why they bought him close to 60 million euros coming in through from France and went to Napoli. At Napoli, he has been really performing very well. If I really look at his records, he's really one of the players that has been consistent when it comes to really scoring goals at Napoli. And I think that gives you a very huge impact that this guy is going to come in through and obviously take you miles. For example, he started playing for Napoli in 2021, and he scored 10 goals in 24 games. Then the season of 2021-2022, 27 games in Serie A, 14 goals and 2 assists. Then 2022-2023, his best, 26 goals in 32 games and 4 assists, meaning that he had 30 goal involvements. And this season, so far, not so good as he was last season, but he has 7 goals in 13 games. But you know to it that Napoli has been having very many problems that are going to hate to put him off from that level where he deserves to be as a player. But I really understand exactly what is going in, what is going through the team, and it's affecting his numbers as a goal scorer. So, in my opinion, Victor Osimhen will be the best pick at Arsenal for me. He'll be the best pick. He has played in the Champions League. He has the Champions League experience, meaning that he'll get you the goals that you want. And last season in the Champions League, he went ahead to score 5 goals in 6 games, right? And this season he has 1 goal in 4 matches. So it shows you that he's that striker who can really get you goals in every tournament, and is proven. So all you need to see him do is go ahead and get everything up and running for his side of Napoli, and then Arsenal will go for him in the summer. So don't expect Arsenal to go in for him in the summer. The other one is Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto is really that player that Arsenal has been really looking at for a long time, and I think in the summer of 2020 there was news linking Arsenal to Pedro Neto, but he got an injury, and he's back playing. And this season I think he's one of the players that is going to hit to get most assists in the Premier League, if at all I'm not mistaken. Pedro Neto has a lot of assists onto him this season, and is really doing better and better and better. Where is Pedro Neto? Pedro Neto is having 7 assists, by the way. Mohamed Salah is having 8. Oli Watkins is having 8. Kylian Trippier is having 7. Pedro Neto is having 7. And Saka is having 6. So if you really go in for Pedro Neto as Arsenal side, it will be really important. But we're here to wait and see whether Arsenal are going to obviously go for Pedro Neto or not. Because Arsenal needs to work on very many things. As I told you, that when you look at the left side where Martinelli plays, they're having lots of players that can come in and turn the game around. Reece Nelson, Emily Smith-Rowe, Leandro Trossard, even Gabriel Jesus can be switched to that side. But on the right, they're really having limited players. Saka, who almost plays 90 minutes every game. The other player that is proven on that wing, though Arteta doesn't trust him there to get out Mikel Arteta and to get out Saka and see this player play, is Reece Nelson. Reece Nelson isn't given a chance to play. That is really very, very bad of Mikel Arteta, and that means he should get in a player that he trusts to play onto that side with the left foot, and that is what he should be doing right about now. That is Mikel Arteta for you. So we wait and see how Pedro Neto deal goes on, but I think there is an update I've just gone ahead to see coming in from David Austin as far as the transfer of Pedro Neto to Arsenal is really concerned, and he's really giving us a hint onto that. I think tomorrow, as I go into the match preview, I'll have to obviously let you know about the latest hint of Pedro Neto to Arsenal and who Arsenal is really looking at to create magic at that side. So guys, Thank you very much for watching through. That is all about Victor Osimhen and Arsenal plus Pedro Neto. Then let's go to Djed Spence. Djed Spence is a right back that came to fame or came to the limelight when he was playing at Nottingham Forest. In that season that saw Nottingham Forest qualify for the Premier League. I think they last played in the Premier League, was it in 1999, right? They had taken close to 2 decades without playing into the Premier League, and they returned. Djed Spence was that right back that was marauding onto that side, and he caught a lot of attention of many people. And today, Spurs have gone ahead to obviously tell us that Djed Spence has returned to the club following a loan spell at Leeds United. The 23-year-old made 7 appearances for the championship side, having joined them on loan in August. So, he's back, and you know why he's back? He has not been getting enough playing time. When you look at how Leeds are really performing, this guy deserved better. He really deserved better, but he was not given the chances he really deserved as a player. That's why everyone has come up and really said, no, this should come to an end. He needs to be getting a better loan spell. And we look at the side of Tottenham Hotspur. They've looked short of right backs and left backs. For example, the right back, they only have Emerson Royal and Pedro Porro. So maybe he has been called back by Ange Postecoglou and he wants maybe to get him ample playing time. It might be that. But the main reason I can get you into your brain is that they might be looking out for a better loan spell. You get? They might be looking out for him for a better loan spell. And Spurs should really revise on these loan spells they've gone ahead to be getting for this guy. And his agent should obviously elevate the game of looking for teams that are going to let him play, because they loaned him to Nice. I think that was last season. And he never really gotten the time that he deserved to be with on the pitch. And then he returned at Spurs and they sent him to Leeds. Now, I think there are better championship teams that we can give Djed Spence a very good go. And I think he can even play in the Premier League. I think a team like Luton Town could work well with Djed Spence. I think so. They can work well with Djed Spence and they will see to it that a lot goes their way. So, as it stands, I really believe that Djed Spence is a very good player. He plays on the right back very well. And all he needs is a manager that's going to understand him and really trust him to be playing. Like Stephen Cooper trusted him at Nottingham while they're still in the championship. But Middlesbrough had to get in that money and they sold him to the side called Tottenham Hotspur for £25 million. So let's wait and see how that pans out. But it's been nice having to you. Second video of the day. Tell me thoughts about Victor Osimhen to Arsenal updates. What do you make about it? And do you think Arsenal should go for this man in the summer transfer window, even if they get Ivan Toney in the January transfer window? May the living to God bless you abundantly. Your thoughts on Djed Spence return to Spurs, and Wataru Endo has been named the player of the month of December for the side of Liverpool, and is that kind of player that is going to leave the side of Liverpool to go to the Asia Cup to play for Japan. And Liverpool also are not going to be having Mohamed Salah. So what do you make about those absentees of Liverpool? And do you think Wataru Endo deserve to be the Liverpool player of the month of December? If at all you watch their games, rush into the comment section and feed me in on what your thoughts are. I sign out for now. See you later, and may the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokani David is my name. We out. The Muslims Barakallahu Fikum. Ciao, ciao.